Thank you for stopping by the Worldwide With You channel. In this video, I want to share what trying to move to Canada as a young adult taught me. I know there's a lot of people out there who think about Canada, who want to move to Canada. So hopefully this video will be interesting and also informative for you. If you like content such as this one, if you like to learn about other countries and other cultures, please stick around and hit the subscribe button. I post videos twice a week all about different countries and different places and also languages. So yeah, before I jump into the video, I want to provide a little bit of background. Back in 2016, my husband and I visited Canada. At the time, we were just married and we were not sure what we wanted to do. He's from Australia, I am from the US. We were not sure if we should move to Australia because it's so far away, but then we love Australia and the lifestyle. So Canada seemed like a good alternative. It's close to the US. The people there are very friendly. It has an advanced economy. It's beautiful. It's friendly to minorities. So it seemed like a good idea to try and move to Canada. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I learned in the process of trying to move to Canada. And at the end of the video, I will share my recommendation on whether or not you should move to Canada. So let's dive into the video. The first thing that I learned about moving to Canada is that you need to take a language exam. This was the first time that I had encountered this. I did not have to take a language exam moving to the US, and I believe that is not a requirement. But when you're moving to Canada, you need to take a language exam, the IELTS exam. It's an English language exam. It measures your English written, spoken, and also your hearing skills. So this was an exam that I had to take, and I actually did take the exam. When we came back from Canada, I immediately signed up for this exam, and I remember I spent my Saturday taking this exam with a couple of other people from different parts of the world. I had to sit down and listen to someone have a conversation in English and then kind of relate back what I hear. I had to have a conversation with someone so that they can assess my English language speaking skills. And then I also had to do like a written test as well. So if you're trying to move to Canada, it's very likely that you will need to take some type of a language examination. I'm not sure if this applies for every single person, but I believe for the very majority, you do have to take a language exam that assesses your language speaking skills. Okay, so the next thing I learned about moving to Canada is that there's a skills-based point system that is used by a lot of people to prove that they should move to Canada and, get a visa to move to Canada. There's a lot of information online, which I'll post down below, where you can go and look at the points and even do an assessment to see if you qualify. So it's a skill-based program where you assess whether or not you have certain criteria. The purpose behind this skills-based system is to assess and see how successful you would be in the Canadian society and be able to easily integrate. So things such as your educational background, your qualifications, your job, and all of that are things that go into it to assess whether or not you have the qualifications, you have the experience, and then the history along with the support system in Canada. Do you know people that are in Canada? All of those things are things that helps contribute to you succeeding and being happy in a place. So these are things that are factored into that system, and you can use it to assess whether or not you are likely to get a visa to Canada. I will say that, the system, don't think that if you have very small points, you might not qualify. So don't think that. So once I took the language examination, my husband and I actually went through the process of trying to apply. And in that process, one thing I learned, and this one is a no-brainer, I guess, but it's just so funny how this happened. So before I actually even said, okay, we're going to go ahead and get like a permanent residency visa, we realized that my husband, being that he's Australian, can actually come to Canada and work for a little while. That way he's close to me while he gets used to the society and we make this decision. In the process of filling out the application, everything was going well. he filled out the application to come and work, and everything was going well. And then the reason why we didn't go further in the process was that there was a button that he needed to click submit so that his police application can get reviewed. He submitted the police application, everything was cleared, his police check, everything was cleared, but he didn't click that button. And as a result, we just kept waiting and waiting, and we never realized that there was something that needed to be submitted. And that was why, the process was kind of at a standstill. Anyway, eventually we ended up kind of, timing out. And what I learned in that process is that, as with any application process, it's very important that you're reading instructions, you're following the rules, and that, you're being very diligent and careful, because for such a silly reason, he didn't get the visa because he was just waiting, not knowing that he needed to hit submit. One really crucial thing that I learned in this process that will stick with me for the rest of my life is that it's very important as a young person. Young can be defined in many ways, but I'm talking about someone under 30 years of age. I think it's very important to familiarize with yourself with what countries can you go to and work without getting like a permanent residency green card, permanent I can't speak, a permanent residency visa. So what I realized was that there's a lot of countries that have youth exchange programs where youth can come to their country and work for maybe 1 or 2 years. And it's a very easy process to apply, but there's age limitations. And most of those age limitations are around the age of 30 years because they want young people to come experience their culture, etc. So if you're not aware of what these programs are, I highly encourage you to look up your country and see what countries you're able to do this before it's too late, before you're 31 or before you're older and more settled and you can't take an advantage of this. I have always wanted to live abroad, but I did not know that certain countries, such as, for example, Australia, I can go there as part of the youth exchange program, but there's an age cutoff. And the final thing that I learned about moving to Canada is that Canada actually welcomes immigration. It's very funny, as I was doing research for this video and I was trying to get my images, when I typed in moving to Canada, this was the picture that came up. I kid you not, it said open. There's even a commercial here on YouTube where Canada is saying, we want immigrants, Canada is nice. Canada is such a big country with lots of land and space. Obviously, some spaces are tougher to live than others because it's very cold. But they want immigration, they want immigrants, and I feel as if they have a very welcoming system. So again, that's why I was saying that even if you don't have a lot of points, don't be discouraged and think, oh, I will not qualify. You never know. Try and gather as much information as possible and try and, prove that you qualify as much as possible. Take your language test, try and do good on the language test and apply. Canada is a beautiful country and it's very immigration friendly. So definitely go ahead and apply. Whereas some countries are not as friendly to immigration, Canada is not this way. So yeah, those were the 5 things that I learned. Okay, so now at the end of the video, I promised that I would share my thoughts on whether or not you should try to move to Canada. After what I went through and what I experienced, and yeah, I would actually recommend that a move to Canada is worth it for several reasons, which I think I can do in another video. Canada is a great country. If you look at the list of best countries to live in, Canada is always on those lists. It's a wonderful country, developed economic system, good healthcare system, I believe also free healthcare system. So I think it's absolutely worth it. Yes, it can be very cold, as shown here in this picture. I didn't talk about that, the weather, but yes, it's very cold, but it's also a very beautiful country and it's a good place to immigrate to. So I would suggest Canada. Okay, guys, so we're at the end of the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully this video, if you're thinking of moving to Canada, this will help you in your decision-making process. If you've never thought about moving to Canada and this is your first time, maybe now you'll start thinking about it. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Don't forget that there's information linked in the description box, and please consider subscribing. If you've watched this video till the end, consider subscribing and hit the like button. Thank you.